Larry Bird did things on the court no one else could, but there is one game that stands out above the rest. I mean, this dude could pass like Magic Johnson at times. He could score on everyone. He once told an opposing coach exactly where he would hit the game winner, then did it. He talked trash, fought people, and won championships, but this one moment was unreal even for Bird. This video explains the top 3 amazing things that Larry Legend did on the court and the story behind them. Hey, it's Casey. Welcome to AM Hoops. Hit subscribe and notification bells as we push for 100,000 by January 1st. Not too many days left for that. So it's Friday, which means Feature Friday, where we dig into NBA stories throughout NBA history. And last week was Larry Bird's 64th birthday. He did so many amazing things on the court that we rolled the top 3 into one video. And the number 3 most amazing thing he did on the court was all that trash talk. A lot of great players talk trash, but Bird was the king. Not because he had better lines than anyone, but it was when he chose to talk. Everyone talks trash after they do something big. Larry Legend did it before. On at least 3 separate occasions, he told the other team what he was going to do, then did it. Byron Scott on the Lakers tells this story.
So we playing them in the last play. He says to James Worthy, he says, "You guys don't have to worry about it. I'm going to go right over to that corner." He said, "They're going to set a screen for me. We're taking the ball out." He said, "I'm going to curl right over." And he's telling us to play. He said, "I'm going to go right over to that corner, and I'm going to catch it, and I'm going to shoot it, and I'm going to tie the game or win the game," whatever the case may be. Take the ball out, the man curl right to the corner, caught the shot, shot a 3, game over. It's like, are you effing kidding me?
How about in the regular season in Phoenix? 1 second left, they're down 2. Larry tells his team, the other team, and the guy guarding him he's gonna hit a 3. Ball goes to him, he hits the game winner, turns to the Suns bench and says, "I told you so." He told every All-Star he was going to win the 3-point contest. They would all come in second. There are never-ending stories about Larry Bird talking trash, and they're all awesome. But the crazy thing is he didn't do it in the playoffs. With the exception of Chuck Person, he only did it to motivate himself to get through the regular season. And it really spoke to his confidence. I mean, his confidence was so high. Pat Riley once said, "With the game on the line, I would take Michael Jordan to take the shot, but with my life on the line, I would take Larry Bird." Number 2, 50-40-90. As in 50% from the field, 40% from 3, 90% from the free throw line. It is one of the most exclusive clubs in basketball, and Larry Bird invented it. The 3-point line was introduced in 1979, Bird's first year in the league. He didn't achieve a 50-40-90 season until 1987. Then he went back-to-back, becoming one of just 2 people with multiple 50-40-90 seasons. Steve Nash is the other. Of all the great shooters in history, there have only been 8 players in that club. Mark Price, Reggie Miller, Dirk Nowitzki, Steve Nash, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and Malcolm Brogdon. The reason this is one of the top 3 things he ever did on the court is 50-40-90 perfectly sums up Bird's game. A lot of skill, little athleticism. You know how we hear Luka Doncic compared to LeBron, James Harden, and Larry Bird? It's because Bird, like Luka, played the game real slow. It was the way he controlled the game, not with athleticism. I mean, Bird couldn't jump super high, but he was always one step ahead, one thought ahead. He played the game with his mind better than anyone. His passing proved that. Byron Scott actually said he would rather have to guard Michael Jordan than Larry Bird, and he did both in his career. Bird's skill was so good for so long, he's almost the only member of the career 50-40-90 club. He shot 50% from the field, 38% from 3, and 89% from the line in a 13-year career. Wait, just 13 years? I thought that skill, especially shooting, is supposed to age well. Actually, the reason that Bird didn't age well is what happened in the summer of 1985, just trying to help out his mom.
Larry had 2 jobs his last 7 years of playing. It was playing basketball, and then it was him being committed to taking care of his back.
He had first heard it in 1985, building the driveway at his mom's house back in French Lick.
Larry decides to do it himself. This is Larry Bird, the superstar, out there breaking his back, literally shoveling gravel.
I would see him on TV laying down, and then they told me that he had to lay down on planes, different things like that. And I was like, wow.
As Magic soared through the prime of his career, Bird was breaking down.
And by the way, it wasn't just his back. Larry Bird tore 2 Achilles. He wasn't just a skilled player, but maybe the toughest player of all time. But the #1 most amazing thing he ever did on the court was with his left hand. The year 1986, nearing the end of the Celtics 80s dynasty. Still though, prime Larry Bird. The Lakers rivalry was at its peak. Boston won the title against LA in 1984. They lost in 1985 with a chance to meet the Lake Show again in '86. The C's had their best team ever, which included a Hall of Famer Bill Walton as their 6th man. Obviously, Larry wanted to beat LA, even if it was the regular season. These teams had battled back in the 50s and 60s, with the Celtics winning all 7 finals against Jerry West's purple and gold. They flat out hated each other. There were fouls so hard you would be suspended for a week today. Never mind the finals, Larry Bird wanted revenge in February. So the C's were on a long mid-season road trip. They were in LA on game 4 of 7. 2 nights before that game, the Celtics were in Portland. Instead of sitting out to save his body like some players might do today, he decided to save his right hand. Seriously, Larry Bird announced to the team he would only play left-handed. His quote was, "I'm saving my right hand for the Lakers." And by the way, this wasn't some last place Blazers team. They finished 2nd place behind LA in the Pacific Division. So Larry goes out there and drops a 47-point triple-double, mostly with his left hand. His exact line, 47 points, 14 boards, 11 assists, hitting 62% from the field in all 3 triples. He was unstoppable with his offhand. The C's beat Portland 120-119 in overtime. They went to LA and won an easier game, 105-99. And Bird dropped just 22 points, 19 boards, and 7 assists in that game. He got a 3rd straight MVP that season and another title. The problem? The Lakers never lived up to their end. The C's beat the Rockets in the finals 4-2, and they had to play LA the next year and lose. In 1986, though, no one was beating Larry Legend, even left-handed. It is a shame that back injury and the Achilles tears took down the career of one of the best after just 13 seasons, but on his 64th birthday, it is worth looking back on what made Larry such a legend. Support AM Hoops and click subscribe. Don't miss a daily NBA video.